Kudos to both Carolina and Duke for creating what is a really awesome environment for women's basketball. It's just amazing how night after night people follow the game so energetically. People of all ages, all genders, all age. I mean, it's just awesome. So great environment. We weren't good enough. Obviously, had a chance to win it there, and then in overtime they made more plays than us, and that seems to be the case. So we got to get better late, or else this is a feeling we'll continue to feel.
Question?
Coach, can you kind of just take me through, I know you guys created a lot of pace in the third quarter, but why did you kind of see that pace kind of slow down in the fourth and in overtime?
Not sure. Have to ask our guys.
The propensity to.
I don't know what that word means.
The propensity to build leads.
I don't know what that word means.
Giving away.
What does the word mean?
Like just the habit of doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Building leads and then giving them up.
Yep.
And then also having scoring droughts. I think you had 2 scoring droughts of at least 5 minutes. What's the pattern there?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's an element of we're taking too many contested shots late in the game, not really having a guy that can get shots for other people, to be honest, at a high enough rate. And so they can really cue on the ball and lock and load to it. So they send 2 to the ball, and we're having a tough time getting shots for other people late.
Question for Reniya. Kind of your first Duke game, what was the feeling out there? I mean, you played pretty well, but especially at the end of the game with the ball in your hands.
It was tough, to be honest. The environment was so hectic. So just trying to get used to the crowd, trying to listen to Coach Banghart is really hectic. But I mean, overall, it's a great feeling to play out there with my teammates. So I really enjoyed the environment.
Yes. Caroline and then Mitch.
Deja, can you just kind of talk a little bit about how the foul trouble you guys fell into kind of impacted the game?
I think it just kind of didn't allow us to be as aggressive as we wanted to on the defensive end early. So I think that's where they kind of got into the paint, kind of diced us up a little bit. But, it was fine after that first quarter.
Deja, you're seniors, one of the leaders on this team. 4 losses in a row. How does the team feel? How do you kind of get this thing sort of back on track and build some momentum with the rest of the schedule?
Yeah, I mean, the talk is it's BS. It's enough. It's enough. It's time for it to be enough. It should have been enough a game ago, and then the game before that, and then the game before that. And I think we just need more people with a different mentality, like a killer mentality. We can't just have 1 or 2 people, and that's not just in the sense of scoring points, whatever. That's like a mentality that whatever is happening, I'm locked into what I need to do to help the team win. And there's too many ups and downs, and lack of that. So I think moving forward, that has to shift as well as a bunch of other things. But in a way, we need more people to step up in that way.
Deja, why, Courtney, Coach Banghart talked about, pace kind of slowing down. I mean, she said, asked one of Johnny, why did the pace slow down in the fourth quarter after, going up into a 12-point lead, kind of taking your foot off the pedal?
Yeah, I think it started with our stops. I think we allowed them to dice us up in the high ball screen action, and they got a lot of O boards. They were ripping the ball right out of our hands and getting put back. So I think that obviously slowed down our momentum, because I thought we did a great job of getting out in transition more in the third quarter, but not getting stops, you can't push as fast. So I think that's definitely what slowed us down, the starter, and then I don't think we moved as much. Our body used the ball. But I think it started on the defensive end, honestly.
A question for Courtney. I'm guessing you probably didn't have Delaney Thomas at the top of your scouting report. What was she able to do so well that you guys couldn't counter?
I mean, she's a McDonald's All-American. I've seen her play probably 50 times in high school. So, that's what's great about this league is that kind of the people kind of top to bottom on the roster, you've either talked to them on the phone. Delaney's been on Carolina's campus, so yeah, I did sort of know them. I felt we had an advantage with Alyssa and Jaden. Got her in foul trouble, and Delaney stepped in, and for a freshman, man, she's going to remember this game for a long time. Played really well, but it's within her skill set. She played within her skill set. I thought their guards played really well in pick and roll, and was able to, feed her. A lot of her shots were off of great guard play. Again, drawing to and able to create for others, and that's what I need these two to do a better job at, quite honestly.
Arl?
Did the depth play a factor last weekend, this weekend, overtime? With a lot of players having to play so many minutes.
I mean, these are hoopers. They want to play all the time. I mean, it's the fact that we have 4 heavily recruited kids out all at the guard position is a challenge, clearly, right? And especially when you're in foul trouble and you just can't get people a chance to get a rest. But that's the hand we've been dealt. And so, the fact that we've got so many guys out is the story, right? But it doesn't mean you fold your hands up and you give up, right? It means you keep finding ways. And so the ones that are playing have to play better and have to be well enough conditioned to take that on. But yeah, we certainly would love to have, our 4 guys playing, helping us out.
Can you take me through the 3 possessions at the end of regulation with the score tied and kind of tried to run the off shot clock out? What were you looking for in those plays there?
We wanted to play through the ball screen and again, have guards create 2, have one, get 2 on the ball so that we could get somebody else a shot. And these guys are the first ones to point inward. I mean, they didn't do a good enough job at it. So as a result, we took contested shots instead of getting open shots for each other. And that's something we have to just keep working on.
Coach, while you don't have a lot of guard depth this year with the injuries right now, I mean, they are your 3 guards are carrying you and scoring in this game. How do you get more offensive production from the posts and kind of everybody else?
Well, part of it is, I mean, Alyssa got a lot of shots, but if you look at other bigs, they rely on the guards to get it to them, right? And so, again, I think it's to have a balanced. We're going to be best when we have a really balanced attack, and that requires our guard play to help with that, right? And so, that's in part, in essence of, again, the guard play. Maria's got to finish better. I thought Tiani and Anya gave us what they could. Alyssa struggled from the field without a doubt. But is she a post? Is she a guard? I think she's kind of in between. So, I think, guard play is critical to this league. There's no doubt about it. And so, they have to, posts have to finish, and we probably got to get them a few more looks, better looks.
For both players, despite the loss, just being here on Duke's national girls and women thing, their day, does that have any impact on you personally, like growing up and being a young girl who watched older players?
Sure. I think being able to play in front of the crowd they had, and obviously on Girls and Women's in Sports Day, I think that it's special. It's an honor. It's an honor to be able to be a part of this rivalry. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
Arl, last question.
For all 3, what are the emotions knowing you could very easily be on a 3-game win streak if you get a couple of breaks in these 3 games?
I mean, the key is that, ironically, there's one league winner. You remember what happened here last time, by beating them. It wasn't a co-winner. So typically there's a 1-win league, and then all it comes down to is tournaments. It's amazing, right? You can look what Miami did. They went to an Elite 8 last year, right? And so, there's a whole lot of basketball to be played, and the tournaments, both the ACC and the NCAA tournament, it's kind of a clean slate. So that's why it's like, but the thing is we're not going to get better at doing the same things. We've got to be able to play a little bit differently late. And if we do, I think these results can change. But, it matters because because we want to win every game we play, every single one. Let's be clear, right? But really, when it comes down to it, it's you got to position yourself to get your best chance you got in the tournament, which comes down to matchups, and you all know that, right? And so, if you win this game, are we going to win the league? I don't know. If you lose this game, you're going to win the league? I don't know. But I do know that when the tournament hits, you have a clean slate. So if we're better by then, that will give us a better chance to advance.
Oh, you have to add? Oh, do you want us to add? Oh, I think the emotion is just pissed off. I think that there's no other way to it. After the first loss, we were like, oh, we're good. It was a lot of the kumbaya stuff, and honestly, as a senior, I'm sick of that. So I think it's four losses in. I think the mentality has to be you're pissed off, we're not good right now. We can be, but we're not right now, and we just have to continuously get better. We got to find other people's shots, but we need those people to actually shoot it. We need to finish around the rim. We need to all defend, rebound better. Even our defense, I think our defense is pretty good. We got to rebound better. We got to secure the ball. We need to run more in transition. There's a long list of that, but I think overall the emotion is pissed off from me as a senior, from all the players, I'm sure. But that's how it needs to be down the line.
Thanks, Ruben.
You got it.